welcome back to the Lycan Project. I have realised that I haven't really given a great deal of thought to 5-star predictions, but a couple of readathons that are coming up in the next couple of months require some 5-star prediction reads. So I had a quick nosy on my shelves to see what really is in my forefront of yes, read these books. So I'm going to go through 10, probably 10 of them, and then I will come back, revisit this, and tell you how good I am at selecting 5-star reads for myself. So the first one I have is Wilder Girls by Rory Power, which is a body horror YA with a female romance in it. So basically there is a school on an island that goes into quarantine because there is something called the tox that hits up, and they are then cut off from everyone and things start going awry. People start growing leaves and vines and animal scales and such. So I'm quite interested in this. She also does have another book coming out, so I want to get to Rory Power before I go into her. I want to get to Wilder Girls before the next one comes out. Then I am, as people know, a lover of Beauty and the Beast retelling, Beauty and the Beast. So this is a Curse So Dark and Lonely. Sorry, the dog's running around with toys. Which is a Curse So Dark and Lonely, which I am also aware has some CP rep in it. It's sort of a portal fantasy. And the second one, which is A Heart So Furious and Broken, came out this year, which is the second one, but it's sort of a companion series. So this follows Prince Ren and Harper. Harper being the girl that gets sent into the portal world. The funny thing, I was lucky enough to go to a book club that had a Skype call with Bridget Kamura, who is the was the author, and she sort of discussed and looked at the idea that both Ren and Harper are actually battling their own curses, but they might not see their battles as being curses. So I'm quite interested in getting to this one. Then I have, this one was all over BookTube and Bookstagram. It's a beautiful cover, which is The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw, which is a fantasy that has YA fantasy that takes part in a sleepy little town where drowned witches come back and they possess young girls in the town. And each summer they return and steal the bodies of 3 girls and seek revenge by dragging boys into their watery deaths. So given that I'm looking at some siren-y, watery stuff in my own writing, I am quite interested in looking and getting to this. So this, I believe, would also be 5 stars because I've heard it's quite moody and dark and atmospheric, which seems to be right up my alley at the moment. Then I have Kieran Millwood Hardgrave, which is the Deathless Cows, which is the wives of Dracula. I don't know, the premise just sounds really interesting about how I used to think making people feel afraid was a curse, an awful thing. But I'd love for them to fear me. I want them to look at me and weep. So I'm quite drawn also to women sort of not being prissy and not being damsels in distress and actually taking control, and people actually resonating with their power and their ferocity. So this is also one that's quite up my alley. I would greatly enjoy. Then I think this is going to be on everyone's 5-star prediction list. I could be wrong. I Am Trash for Sarah J. Maas. So I have Crescent City, the first book in it being House of Earth and Blood. I think I've given everything I've read of Sarah J. Maas by 4.5 or 5 stars. Sorry, wifey's also in here doing some think. Yeah, I will be doing a reading vlog for this. Let me know if you're interested. If you want to buddy read it but I'll physically be reading this one rather than audio booking, so it will take me a while. So that's that one. I then also have another, I just recently finished Six of Crows, loved it, so I'm going to go into A Language of Thorns, which is Midnight Tales and Dangerous Magic by Lee Bardugo, which is a compendium of fairy tales from the Grishaverse. I loved her writing, gave it 5-star, Six of Crows 5-star, so I will be jumping into this bad boy soon. Getting to it. Then I also have to finish out a series, which is also on my list of things I want to do this year, is Capturing the Dibble by Carrie Maniscalco. I love this series. I think it's a beautiful series, a wonderful series that takes and morphs crime, thriller, historical fiction, and that also takes the premise of how women should have behaved in the 19th century and kind of turns it on their head and empowers Audrey Rose, who's the main character, as she navigates the career she wants in her life and also the love that she has for Thomas Cresswell. So Capturing the Devil is the final in the series of Stalking Jack the Ripper. So looking forward to that. It's also on my series I want to close out, so I'll leave that somewhere in the cards or a link down below if you want to go have a look at other series I want to catch up on. I also have this cover just grabbed me as well, and it is Havenfall, sorry, by I would say Sarah, but it's probably Sarah Holland, which is Madeline knows Havenfell is more than it seems. Beneath the beautiful spiraling in lie the hidden gateways to 3 ancient realms of Byron, Faradink, and Celara. Maddie's destiny is rooted in her family's promise to protect the fragile alliances between the worlds. So she also was the author of Everless, which I liked as well, so I'm going to give this a whirl, and also generally really enjoyed that one. This premise grabbed me, so I will be hopefully giving this 5 stars. I'll let you know. And then we're going on to In an Absent Dream by Shauna Maguire, which is I believe the 4th in the Wayward Children series, which we get to go visit Lundy. Yes, Lundy in her world, so we get to go to the Goblin Market. This is also on the same list for finishing out series, so I definitely will link that down below for you. So yes. And my final book, so this will be the 10th 5-star prediction I have, is The Bone Witch by Rin Chebeko. Yes, Rin Chebeko, which is a necromantic witch who goes through stuff. She's different from other witches in her family, so I'm also on a bit of a witchy kick apparently with a lot of my stuff. So these are my first 10 5-star predictions for the year. So once I've read all these, I will come back and let you know if I'm good at predicting my own favourite reads and such. So I will give you a subscribe button, and I will put up some videos that you might be interested in. I'd like to thank you, and let's use our voices to promote positive change in the world. And thank you and goodbye!